Hasan Zyko Kamberi. Hasan Zyko Kamberi was a distinguished bejtexhi bard writer of Albanian literature. Overview. Overview. He was born in the second half of the 18th century in Starj, a southern Albanian village near Colonia at the foot of Mount Gramos. All that is known of his life is that he took part in the Turkish-Austrian Battle of Smederevo on the Danube east of Belgrade in 1789-1203 AH. In an army under the command of Ali Pasha Tepelina 1740-1822. He died a dervish, according to Elsie no doubt of the Bektashi sect, in his native village at the beginning of the 19th century. According to Arshi Pipa, there is no evidence that Kamberi belonged to the Bektashi order of Sufism. His tomb in Starja was indeed turned into a Bektashi shrine known locally as the Turb of Baba Hassani. Kamberi is one of the most commanding representatives of the Muslim tradition in Albanian literature, though his main work, a 200-page Meknua verse collection, has disappeared. A manuscript of this collection is said to have been sent to Monaster by Tola in 1908-1910 to be published, but all traces of it have since been lost. Indeed, little of his verse has survived, and even less has been published. Of the works we do possess are a short medlad, a religious poem on the birth of the Prophet Mohammed. Kamberi's secular verse covers a wide range of themes. In his octosyllabic Sefer, Ihume on the Felicitous campaign in 33 quatrains, he describes his participation in the above-mentioned Battle of Smederevo and gives a realistic account of the suffering it caused. In Bati My Fortune and Vasijnamja the Testament, Kamberi casts an ironic and sometimes bitter glance at the vagaries of fate and in particular at the misfortunes of his own life. Jurdiku the Bridal Chamber portrays marriage customs in the countryside. It is not a pastoral idyll we encounter here, but a realistic account of the anguish and hardship of young women married off according to custom without being able to choose husbands for themselves, and the suffering of young men forced to go abroad to make a living. In Kamberi's love lyrics, the author laments social conventions that inhibit passion and spontaneity. The most famous of his poems is Paraja a caustic condemnation of feudal corruption and at the same time perhaps the best piece of satirical verse in pre-20th century Albanian literature.